being a bad mom. Tuesday night, I wrote a post in one of my Facebook groups, and it just made me want to talk about this topic more. I wrote a blog about it, and now I feel like I have to podcast about it. I feel like there's so much stuff that I just have to say to let you know that you're not alone, because I felt alone for so long. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. Like, I'm over here on the struggle bus every day. I just have a different perspective and a different mindset on the struggle bus. So I want to welcome you to today's episode of the Badass Podcast, which I actually have been being put in Facebook jail for the name Badass, actually on all social media outlets. So who knows, maybe I'll have to change the name of the podcast just so that I don't get flagged every time I talk about something. But today's episode, I want to talk about being a bad mom, or failing at being a mom fails in general. And I want to share a fear of mine with you. One of the biggest reasons that I didn't want to become a mother is because I thought I was going to be bad at it. I thought I'd be a terrible mom, and that I would be selfish if I brought a child into this world that I didn't know what to do with. And it made me not want children for the longest time. You know, even when I first met my husband, who was my boyfriend, 10 years ago, I said, nope, I don't want kids. Don't want to bring any more kids into this world. There's enough out there that need adopted in good homes. I don't want to have children. But it was a fear of mine that I would be a bad mom. Like, that was the root of why I didn't want to have children. It wasn't because, and also I was scared what it would do to my body, because I was so self-conscious of how I looked, and I didn't want a ripped butthole and a big old vagina, and I didn't want stretch marks, and I didn't want to look a certain way, because so many moms bitch and complain about how they look after they have children. And then they're like, oh, but I love my children, but I hate the way I look. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to hate myself. So if I have a child, I'm going to hate myself, and I'm going to be a terrible mother. Well, this doesn't sound like something I want to do. This is my mindset here. And so I put off having kids. I was like, nope, not having kids. I'm not doing it. And then the more time I spent with my husband, and then I've seen everybody else have babies, and I knew how bad he wanted to have children. And really, if it wasn't for him, I would have never agreed to having children. But I wanted to do that for him because he had done so much for me. So I was like, okay, you talked me into it. Let's have a baby. But I just still felt like I would be a bad mom. Like, even when I got pregnant, I was like, wow, Sasha, you're really going to have to get your shit together, because in order to be a good mom, you have to do things that good moms do. And right now, you wouldn't be a good mom. And so I even still feel like a bad mom to this day, and I'll get into that here in a minute. But I don't know if I will ever feel like a, quote, like good mom, like a mom who's got her shit together. I'm never going to be the soccer mom. I'm never, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I stayed at home for a few months, which was the main reason why I wanted to quit my corporate job, is I wanted to be home more and have more time freedom and spend time with my daughter, because I didn't have her just so that I could like throw her in daycare. But I don't know if I will ever be that picture perfect mom. The mom that you see in the movies or in online, or, you go to the mall and like their kids are matching them and their makeup's done and their hair's done and they both are like so well behaved, and I'm over here where my kid eats rocks from the driveway. And I'm sitting here in yoga pants and a sports bra, talking in my iPhone, telling you about the things that I do. I will get into some of my mom fail moments here that happened recently, but I always feel like I'm failing her. Like, my daughter's getting older and I feel like I'm not doing enough. I always think like throughout the day, I'm always like, oh, well, will she be proud of me when she's older? Like, what will she what will she think of me? Will she think that I worked too much, or will she think that I cared too much? Will she think that I wasn't ever there, or that I was a helicopter parent? Like, how can I make this right? And these are the thoughts that go through my head all the time. I'm like, well, should she do this, or should she do this? Or should I do this, or should I do this? Does she think this way, or does she think that way? Like, I always go and I say, I think I should spend more time with her. But then am I being fair to her? Like, what if her dad wants to spend more time with her? What if her extended family wants to spend more time with her? Her aunts, her uncles, her cousins, her grandparents. Or, like, God forbid she actually enjoys going to daycare. Because she's a social butterfly, and she just loves it there, and they love her. She is she's so funny. They always say, oh, she's the class clown, because she'll like laugh at things and she gets into trouble. She's naughty. And there's like one lady in particular there who always stands out to me. And I swear, if and when I have the money, I am going to hire her as a nanny to work with me in this house, because Oakland loves her, and I know she loves Oakland, and they are just like two peas in a pod. And I think that it would be so cool to just, yes, that's a thing of mine. But I'm pretty sure, oh, speaking of the daycare, I'm pretty sure that they might call CPS on me one of these days. And for those of you that don't know what CPS is, it is Child Protective Services. And no kid wants to end up in this place. I don't know why I'm laughing, you guys. I think it's a coping mechanism. I just laugh all the time. Maybe I'm actually starting to be happier. Side note. Anyways, Oakland is always running 1,000,000 miles per hour, like always. Like, she's always getting to everything that could potentially kill her if she swallows it or impales herself. All the time. Just 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like, you guys, this past weekend, I was at a horse show for the barn that I work for, that I do therapeutic riding, that I teach therapeutic riding at, and she fell off my freaking lap in front of tons of people in the arena. Like, seriously, I never bring her to the barn because we live about 45 minutes away. And I dropped her on the freaking ground in front of a bunch of strangers. She just fell right off my lap, and I felt like such a big pile of shit. And I like couldn't make eye contact with anybody, because I was like, oh, like, don't look at anybody. Like, they'll notice that you dropped your child if you make eye contact. Oh, here I go laughing again. Okay, so this is what happened. So we were sitting there eating a bag of tacos in a bag. I know, super healthy. Don't judge me. And she went to get a drink out of my water bottle, because she's a big girl now and she wants to drink out of a water bottle and not a sippy cup. And so she went to squeeze it. And if you guys know, like, the plastic water bottles, like, if you squeeze them, like, they spray water everywhere. So I tried to, like, pull it away with my left hand so that she could, like, drink it slowly. And, well, we got in a battle of tug of war, and I won. I pulled the water bottle back. She went flying off the right side of my leg and landed, like, right in the dirt. And then she's screaming bloody murder. And I tried not to get water over everybody, which is why I took the water bottle from her in the first place. But I proceeded to splash everybody with freaking water. I doused Oakland, I doused the guy next to me, I doused Will, my husband. And so water's everywhere. Oakland's covered in dirt. She's laying on the ground, and I'm just like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And so I yelled, oh shit, at the top of my lungs, because that's the appropriate thing to do when you're at a family event, is drop your child and then yell, oh shit, as you dump water all over everybody. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I couldn't keep it together. And so then the other girl I work with is like, it's fine. And she, like, laughed it off. But I was like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I be normal? Like, I stick out like a sore thumb just about anywhere I go. And then it doesn't help that I bring unwanted attention to me by dropping my child and screaming curse words and throwing water on people at a family event. Mom, win. I am winning at this mom game. Want to know another mom fail story? Okay. So a few weeks ago, Oakland brushes her teeth every night. in her bath. Like, that's just what we do. Like, you brush your teeth, you know, you get out your toothbrush, you brush your teeth. And on a Wednesday night, I had noticed, you know, her teeth were all there. On Thursday night, half of her tooth was missing in the front. I have no idea how this happened. All I know is that between Wednesday and Thursday, she somehow busted her tooth. So then I'm like, sweet. Now I'm going to have to explain that to the daycare, because not that I have to, you know, I have to explain every freaking day I go there why she has a new bruise or a bump or this or that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure they're just going to think that I got mad and punched this baby right in her face and lied about it, because that's what people who beat their children do. They punch them and beat them and they lie about it. Oh my God, you guys, I'm going to freaking hell for even saying that. But seriously, like, those are the things that I worry about. So I'm like, oh yeah, my daughter hasn't even had teeth for a year, 6 months, and she's already breaking them out of her face because apparently I can't keep a good enough eye on her that she can't get into something and bust her mouth open. I still don't know how she did it. And then I take her to the dentist because I'm like, oh, well, that's what a good mom would do. She would take her child to the dentist to try and get it fixed. Well, turns out there's not a whole lot they can do. They just like tested it and made sure that it wasn't sensitive and that it wasn't going to fall out of her head and that she wasn't having any pain or anything like that. But other than that, guys, there's nothing she can do. There's nothing they can do. She's just going to have a busted up tooth until it falls out and she grows a new one. So what do you do, right? Okay, here's another story. Well, actually, there's just multiple stories. These are things that just happen almost on a daily basis. So like, she pinches her fingers in just about every door she can find. If there's a door or a cupboard, doesn't matter if I have a lock on it, a latch on it, anything, she pinches her freaking fingers. She has a thing for the plunger. Every time we leave the bathroom door open or every time we're in the bathroom, and I think it's because we told her that she can't have it, so now she thinks it's funny, and she'll grab the plunger and she'll just like run around the house and like beat everything with the plunger. So sweet. Now my house is covered in shit germs because Oakland is going around banging everything with the stupid plunger. Let alone, like, she's probably covered in shit germs because she's touching it all over, and I've cleaned it. But come on, guys, like, plungers are just gross. Like, they're there to push shit and get clogs. So it's a shitty deal. Oh, okay. So then every night she takes a bath. She stands in the bathtub. Like, it's like, I almost quit fighting her on it because I'm just like, you know what? You're just going to fall and bust your head a bunch of times before you figure out that you're not going to be able to stand in the bathtub. And I think she thinks it's funny because she's a rebel like me when I was younger. And so she's always standing in the bathtub. I'm like, Oakland, sit down. Oakland, sit down. She'll sit down. She'll stand right back up. And then she'll laugh at me. I'm like, oh, you little shit. She falls up the stairs. She falls down the stairs. She found where Dad keeps his tools. And then she runs around with screwdrivers in her hands. Gosh, let's see what else. Oh, she thinks it's funny to unplug the lamps so that she can touch the light sockets because she figured out that we have covers on the other light sockets and that she can't get those covers off, but that she can unplug lamps and any other electronics. She's smart. So then she eats dog food too. She'll go right up in the dog's face. She'll take their bowl. She'll grab their food, or she'll try and hand feed them. And you guys, I have 5 large dogs. Yes, I think that they're scared to death to even like do anything with her because they're scared of me and what I would do. But the fear is always there. Like, my dogs could destroy her in literally a millisecond. And so I'm always like, Oakland, stop messing with the dogs. Oakland, stop messing with the dogs. Ugh. And then we go outside and I'm totally fine with her eating pears, but like, she'll eat them off the ground. No big deal. She'll just eat pears off the ground. She drinks out of the hose. Ugh. You guys. And like, one of the worst things that happened that like it still makes me cringe is I pinched her chest with her car seat clip. And I don't even know who cried more. Like, I felt absolutely horrible. I think I cried about it the rest of the day. So there was another mysterious bruise that I had to explain to the daycare and everybody else. It's like, okay, well, she didn't want to sit in her car seat. You know, if you have children or if you have younger children, like, she's always on the go. She's like, I don't want to be in this contraption. I can't blame her. I wouldn't want to be in a freaking car seat either. So she always tries to lean forward, like, haha, make me sit in here. And so like I, pushed her back gently. I didn't like throw her in there. And I'm like, okay, sit still. And I go to clip it really fast. She leaned forward, boom, just like that, half second, clipped her chest, and it's clipped, and her skin of her chest is in there, and I'm like, oh my God. And so she's screaming bloody murder, and I'm trying to like unclip it. And she had a tank top on because it's the middle of summer. So it's like bare skin in a clip. And I'm like freaking out. I like feel like I'm going to throw up because I know that it's hurting her. And I'm trying to like undo it. And she's flailing her arms. She's screaming and she's jumping all over the place, not making it any better. Oh, it was a disaster, you guys. And I'm like, I fucking hate car seats. Ugh. And so, you know, you always want to make sure that the car seat clip is on there right. So I always try and like, you know, clip it. And then make sure that it's on her chest. Well, I just clipped it too high this time. Usually I clip it like in the middle of her chest, like over her clothes, and then I slide it up. But when she had leaned forward, the clip had slipped up to where like her bare skin was. And just like that, I got her. Ugh. I felt horrible. I still feel horrible even like thinking about it. Like it makes my chest hurt. Oh my gosh, you guys. And so now another thing is she's currently in a phase where the only thing that she wants to eat is fucking goldfish crackers. Like she ate so much goldfish crackers one day that she literally shit soggy goldfish crackers. Like I know she needs fed, right? But gross. Like I hate goldfish. I hate milk, but Oakland loves milk and she loves goldfish. Every now and then she'll eat. It's funny because I know that she's my baby because she'll also eat pizza and she'll also eat like burritos and guacamole. And she likes fruit, but she really goes through like this goldfish phase where if like she's refusing to eat anything else, she'll eat goldfish. If she refuses to drink anything else, she'll drink milk. She does drink water too, but I don't know. I tried to get her to drink goat's milk and I tried to get her to drink these like milk alternatives because I think that milk's disgusting in general, and I'm not even gonna get started on the milk thing, but I know babies need vitamin D and I know they need fat and I know they need all of these things, but she wasn't having any of the alternatives that I was trying to give her. The only thing that she would drink was the vitamin D milk. Ugh. It just makes me even the word milk makes me want to vomit. Oh my God. So like I breastfed her up until a few weeks ago. So she's about 1.5 years old. And then she decided that she had enough with me. She was just like, nope, Mom, I don't have time for this. I'm a big girl now, and so that's gonna make me cry. She was too grown up for me, and she's grown up so fast, and I feel like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I feel like I'm like always with her, but I always feel like I'm missing out. Oh, you guys, I need a minute. Okay, let's see if I can get through the rest of this without crying. I can't guarantee anything. So, all right. So I feel like she's growing up so fast. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like I always feel like I'm with her, but I always feel like I'm missing out. Like I looked at her the other night and I said, when did you turn into a little girl? And she knew exactly what I was saying. She smiled at me and laughed. I was like, oh my gosh, you're just so beautiful and so smart. And I know that she will do great things with her life. I'm sure every mom says this. I'm sure you know exactly how I feel. And I'm trying so fucking hard to make sure that she lives a life she loves. Like I kick myself in the ass for not having kids sooner so that I could just love her longer. Oh, lesson learned, you guys. So, you know, I'm totally failing at this mom thing. But somehow, some way, I keep showing up. I keep trying my best every single day to be the best mom I can, to be the best person I can, be the best wife, be the best mentor, be the best everything. Like I have no idea what that looks like. I just try to do better than I did yesterday. And I really just go with my gut most of the time. My whole life is trial and error. Mostly error. I learn best by learning what not to do first. Like failure is just my thing. Like I feel like I've failed several times at everything in my life. And I think that's why I am who I am today, is because I've done the hard shit. I've done the failing. I've done the things you're not supposed to do, for lack of a better word. But that's how I learn best. I've managed to make failure my strength. I'm actually really good at failing. So why am I telling you this? Oh, fuck, I don't really know. I'm just hoping that I'm not the only one that feels like an awful mom. I hope I'm not the only one who feels like a failure. And I hope that somehow, some way, you get something out of this and know that you're not alone and that failing is normal and that we're all just trying our best. I don't know. Maybe you actually will call CPS on me or maybe you can relate. All I know is that I love what I'm doing and I had to get this off my chest in hopes to help someone else. Like, know that you aren't alone. Know deep down that I know deep down in my soul that I am doing the best I can. I know deep down that I am 100,000,000 times better than I was 10 years ago. I know deep down that I am doing good things in the world. I know this, but I still feel the pain. I still feel the guilt. I still feel the fear. Every fucking day I feel guilt, I feel pain, and I feel fear. But instead of running with it, I choose to sit with it. I do not let it control me. It does not control me. I choose my reality. I choose my life. I choose my daughter. I wake up every morning and I set my intentions and I take action. Like, what else can you do? You just keep showing up and doing better than you did the day before. So mamas, you're not a failure. If I can do it, you can do it too. I'm over here challenging you to be the best person that you can be for yourself, for your family, for your entire community. I'm rooting for you. All right, ladies. Sorry that got emotional. I had to get that out there. I feel like a lot of us, or me especially, feels like I just am fucking up all the time. And I know that's not like really true, but I still feel like it. And I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. I read all the books, I do all the things, and I really just go with my gut. I'm just winging it. I'm just taking action in my life. I'm creating my reality day by day. And I'm just amazed at where I am compared to where I was. And I love watching everybody else's transformations too. It's just the whole transformation process is just amazing to me. So I want to ask you to do one thing, and that is that if you enjoyed this episode, if you got something out of this episode, or if you know a mom who is struggling, or just a woman in general who can relate to this, please share it with her. Like, click the thing at the end of on the bottom of your app that says share this episode, and just share it. Share it to your Facebook page, share it to your Instagram story, tag me if you want. I love to hear that people are listening and that you get something from this. So that's all I ask. I just want you to share with a friend, share with a woman, share with a mom, somebody who can get something out of this, to let them know that we're all, or that, well, I don't know if you're failing, but you can always say like, hey, Sasha's failing too. You're not alone. Sasha's done all this stupid shit. So don't feel bad about your life because she's really messing it up. I don't know. Say whatever you want, but just please share with a friend. I would really, really appreciate it. I got emotional. All right. I'm done for today. Go out there, create your reality, do the things you want to do, be better than you were yesterday, and most importantly, go do something badass.